Hello, 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 hello. Hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to break in real quickly and share something that's on my heart. Just was writing and thinking about a conversation that I had really last night with one of my little nieces. And in the conversation, we were discussing what is success. What is success? Because she was trying to process some things. Beautiful, highly educated, working on her master's, accomplishing a lot of her dreams, really living the dream as far as the world is concerned, but inwardly feeling not so happy. So we started having the conversation about what is success. And so in the process of that, I started really thinking about the larger picture of womanhood. You know what I mean? The larger picture of womanhood. And thinking about a lot of women that I know who are hitting all of these marks and reaching all of these goals and are still not happy. So I thought to come and have this conversation with you right now, or will probably watch this in a replay later, who are accomplishing everything you thought was going to equal success. And so it seems like, your life is just wrapped up in success, but there's still an emptiness on the inside. And I think it's because women have been largely given a false metric relative to what success is. And I think a lot of your, speaking of women, your perception of success is unconscious. I think even though you reach all of the educational goals and the financial goals, I think subconsciously you still buy into the idea that you cannot be successful, you cannot be a successful woman within your own person. There has to be something attached to you. You have to have a relationship, or you have to be a part of a group. That success is not something that is innate or something that is unique to you as an individual. You cannot experience true success as a standalone individual. And so somebody said, looks like I'm losing weight. Praise the Lord. Maybe it's the angle of the camera. And so there are a lot of you who really don't believe. You honestly don't believe in 2022. You don't believe that you are a success if you don't have a relationship. You don't believe that you're a success if you don't have, a certain kind of wardrobe. You don't believe that you're a success if you're not in this particular place in the social structure of your community. And so it's always, for you, success is always something outside of you. And that's where I know we make our greatest error. And not only do women do this, but we as men do it. We actually believe that I'm not a success unless I drive this, unless I have this kind of woman, unless I have this much money. And then we get all of these things. We accumulate all of this junk, and we got to try to figure out where to store all of this stuff and put all of this junk. And we discover that really we're more miserable after we've accomplished the things that we thought would make us successful than we were when we considered ourselves a complete failure. So what is success to you? I submit to you that there is no success outside of you. And when I say that, understanding that you and God dwell within you. If you're like a blind person feeling for success out here somewhere, you're going to always stumble and fall. Because true success is within you. Somebody said, be a success for the kingdom and not just your household, correct? But true success is within you. Watch this. You have to, your degrees on the wall will not make you a success. If you're not a success before you get that degree is not going to make a difference. Your relationship status is not going to make you a success. Everybody thinks of relationships as their accomplishment. It's really not a concept, quite honestly. You know, the big house is not going to make you a success. It will make you more miserable because it only brings additional burden and whatever else comes with all of that. A successful woman is a woman that lives her life for self-knowledge. And watch this. Self-knowledge begins with her pursuit of the Creator, her God knowledge, which in turn gives her a keen awareness of herself. Do you not know most women do not have a clue who they are? I don't mean to just sound like an old guy that's just constantly on here, just harping on the same stuff. But, you know, I mean, I look at some of these videos that women make and put on the Instagram, you know, or the TikTok, where you're just constantly using your body in a sexual way for people to like it. I mean, you're just exposing your body and you're using your whatever, and you're doing it for people to like it. And I'm like, wow, what a lack of self-knowledge this woman has. This woman has no clue of, she doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know what she's worth. She has no inkling about her value. She doesn't know what the Heavenly Father says about her. And she has no idea of how she's misrepresenting herself in this moment. Though she may have 1 million followers, she's a miserable failure. Because a successful woman starts with self-knowledge. You see, when you really know who you are, and you have a real grasp on who you are, watch this. You then know what fits into your life and what doesn't. You then know what makes you happy, what doesn't. Watch this. You then know who's equally yoked with you and who is not. You're not a success because the world applauds you and your striptease. You're not a success because of that. You're not a success because you got a man on your arm that's a six-figure guy, 6 feet tall, six-pack abs, and disrespects you and dishonors you and abuses you all day long. Just because a man, can afford you doesn't mean he can value you. That doesn't make you a success. The world says you're a success. Oh, you pull up in a Ferrari with a model-looking type guy, and you had on, Christian Dior, and you're a well-dressed failure because you don't know who you are. If you knew who you were, if you take the time to really dive deep to discover you, you're going to be amazed at what you find and what you discover. When you have a solid knowledge of self, it becomes the foundation for your life as a woman. So I say a successful woman starts with a healthy self-knowledge. And then watch this. She evolves into a self-love. Not only do you know yourself, but now you love yourself. And not love yourself in a narcissistic sense. Not in a narcissistic sense, but self-love in the sense that you accept you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You approve of you, no matter, you so much approval or celebration of you. Your self-love is enough to sustain you. Come on now. You're a success when you have an adequate self-knowledge, when you possess a love for you, that you don't need anybody else's approval. You don't need anybody else's celebration. You don't need anybody else's whatever. And you're a success when you actualize you. In other words, not only are you a woman full of potential, but you're a woman that's actually manifesting that potential. You're so committed to the pursuit of your individuality that you do not have the time to get caught up in the idea that somehow you're deficient without another person. Your happy comes from this self-pursuit that God, all of the potential and all of the power and all of the gifting that God has put within you, it's your pursuit of those things that brings about within you a sense of fulfillment. That you don't have time to sit and say, oh, well, the clock is ticking. Oh, I need to have babies. You may want to have babies, but, you're not going to lose your mind if you don't have babies, right? And if you just want babies that badly, there are a lot of babies that need to be adopted, and you got all kinds of alternatives. But you're not a success if you're sitting there and you're just pulling your hair out over things that are out of your control. A successful woman lives within herself, and she masters the things that are in her control. You can't control if a man asks you to marry him or not this year, next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. But you know what you can control? You can control becoming the best version of yourself. You know what you can control? You can control your mind, and you can live within your own borders and stop allowing the world to push you out into all of these ideas that you need this to be a success or you need that to be a success. And you're looking all around here for what you need to be a success, when the reality is you gotta look within you. And there's one word that I used with my little niece last night that I think is probably the purest synonym for success. You know what that word is? You know what that word is? It's not money. It's not popularity. It's not fame. It's fulfillment. Thank you, Lo. I appreciate you. Love you. The greatest synonym, in my opinion, for success is fulfillment. When you can wake up and when you can put your head on the pillow at night and you can be content with you, it's then that you are truly winning. If you're all over the place and you're chasing this and you're chasing that and you're exhausted and you're trying to do, your girlfriend, oh, my girlfriend's getting married and I'm 30 years old and I'm not married yet. Well, not only are you not married, you've not even reached half of your personal potential. Why don't you give your energy to that? Not only are you not married, but your relationship with God is not even right. Not only you're not married, your credit is all jacked up. Your money ain't right. You got a whole lot of personal issues that you need to be tending to rather than sitting around here worrying about your girlfriend got married and you 30 years old. Babe, you got work to do. And you know what? When you bury yourself in self-knowledge and self-love, and you really live your life to actually become the best version of you, and that's not just a phrase you use on social media, and every day you can look at your life and you can see yourself progressing and moving forward and moving forward and moving forward. When you put your head on the pillow at night, there's a... See, you think that marriage is going to sense of fulfillment to make you fulfilled. It's not. It's not. A husband is not going to make you fulfilled. You think a husband is going to make you happy. A husband is not going to make you happy. Some of you think, well, children will make me happy. Well, they'll cause you to gain weight. They'll give you, they'll change your body for certain as a woman. They will change your body. And if you if you breastfeeding them, you know what I mean? I watched it. Yeah, I watched it firsthand. You breastfeeding them, you may as well take barbed wire and just be rubbing across your chest. Hallelujah. They're going to do all of that. They're going to consume the next 20 years of your life. They're going to do that, but they're not going to make you happy. And they're not going to bring you a sense of fulfillment. Why is this? Fulfillment only comes from within. And if you're not fulfilled, if you're not happy, you ain't succeeding. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much money you have. Money, I'm telling you, you can get to a place in life with money that it actually becomes boring. It's only just more of it. I mean, and you discover that it does nothing for me. And then the worst thing is when you think that somehow having a wedding and getting a man is going to make you happy and give you a sense of fulfillment, and you got the perfect man and you're in full-blown depression. And he's trying to figure out exactly what's wrong, what's going on. And he doesn't realize that you're sitting there looking at him, having unrealistic expectations that he's going to do something for you that only can happen from within you. A husband is a major responsibility. If you have a good husband that's really doing his job and holding the family down and protecting and providing and doing all of the other things, that's just a major he's a major blessing, but it's a major responsibility. And it's going to make you tired, it's going to wear you out, but it's not going to bring fulfillment. You're not going to be a success because you have a husband, because you have children, because you have this or that. Babe, that comes from within. Now, I know a lot of you are not as keen on, thank you, Alien Dreams. Thank you so much. Alien says, success to me is fulfilling my life's purpose despite the obstacles placed in front of me and knowing when and what to sacrifice whenever I notice myself falling out of place with my life's purpose. Amazing. I know a lot of you are maybe not that keen on the God factor. Everybody that subscribes to my channel is not necessarily the most religious. And I love that. I really do. I thank God for that. We even have, be honest with you, we have people that consider themselves atheists that say, I just love your content. And strange enough, they say, I love it when you pray. And they follow this, they follow this channel. But there's something to be said about embracing your relationship with the Creator. What did Jesus say? Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart. And then the second commandment is thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Here's the order. Love God. God teaches you how to love you. And out of your love for you, learn to love others. Your love for others should be out of the overflow of your self-love that comes from your God love. I firmly and entirely and totally believe from my own personal experience that we can never really find this place called success or fulfillment or happiness. There's my girl, the T on NPD. Y'all need to go and follow her. If you struggling with any kind of narcissistic situation, she is the expert. I promise you. Please go and follow her. Thank you, sweetheart. You are such a blessing. Always blessing, Lisa and I. We appreciate you so much. But there's something to be said for aligning yourself with those titles. You'd be amazed at how grounded your life would become or will become. You're going to be amazed at the sense of fulfillment and happiness that you're going. Success, in my opinion, is finding that place called happiness that is only discovered, that is only discovered when one is right in alignment with God. Now, that looks different for a lot of different people. I'm not talking religion here. Some of y'all say, I don't want to go to church. Hey, I'm the pastor of a church, so I promote church, but this is actually bigger than church. This is about you sitting right where you are saying, Father, I have tried everything I know. And I'm finding myself in utter failure. I got more money than I can spend. I got what the world says is supposed to be some amazing guy, but he's really doing nothing for me, other than we're taking great Instagram pictures. And I'm sitting here empty and void. And when you break down to that place, it's then that you really establish yourself on the foundation of success. Because there's no real success apart from God being the foundation. And then what is God going to do? God is going to take you and God is going to teach you how to love you. He's going to teach you how to know you. And when you learn to love you and you learn to know you, then you're going to see the fruit of actualization. You're going to actually manifest the best version of you. Your fruit is going to manifest to the world. And what's going to happen is, watch this, you're going to find that fulfillment / success / happiness. Y'all go and follow my girl on get the T on NPD. I love it. You're going to find that happiness and that fulfillment in you, watch this, is going to repel anything and anybody that is not on the same frequency. And watch this, you're going to attract people who are of like spirit. So those of you who say, I always seem to get dogs, I always seem to get the worst kinds of men, if got brothers on it, I always seem to get the worst kinds of women. Well, it's your energy. It's your energy. It's your lack of self-knowledge. It's your lack of self-love that opens the door for these people. But it's your energy that's attracting them. When your energy gets to next level, you're going to attract next level. You're going to attract healthy people. You're going to attract people who are truly successful. You riding around in your $200,000 car and you're a failure. You're riding around and you got Christian Dior, you draped in Christian Dior from head to toe, and you're a failure. You're making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year, and you're a failure. You got a man that is cover of magazine material in terms of the way he looks, and you're a failure because you ain't happy. You're not fulfilled. You can keep your big house. I'd rather just give me a little apartment where I can be happy. Give me my little corner where I can really maximize what God has put in my life to do. And you go on with all of this stuff, all of the trappings of success. You take all of the style and let me have the substance of success. It's bigger than things. The substance of success is personal fulfillment. And so what is a successful woman? She's a woman perfectly content. The Apostle Paul said, in whatever state I'm in, therewith I've learned to be content. She's a woman that's so fulfilled that she can wait on God to send her a man. Come on now. She ain't in no rush. She ain't worrying about no clock. Come on, somebody. She ain't trying to break the principles of God to try to force stuff to happen. She waits on God because she's found that fulfillment within herself. Thank you, Travin. She's found that fulfillment within herself. A successful woman is a woman that sits in her house by herself and is perfectly content. She's the kind of woman that can marry an equivalent man, and she can bring her happy and match it with his happy, and they can create just a combustion of happy because she finds her foundation within herself. And so I just wanted to share that with you. You got to really revisit your idea of what success is, because the world has polluted your thinking relative to what a successful woman really is. And so, hey, that's it. Don't forget tonight, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're talking tonight about how queens choose men that heal them. Men pursue, women approve and choose. Queens choose men that heal them. If a man hurts you, queen-conscious women don't choose that guy. So it's going to be an interesting conversation tonight. And I want you to make certain that you get in on time. Bring something to write with, because I think it's going to really be enlightening. I think it's going to be enlightening. So, hey, I just wanted to drop in and share that with you. My friend's sister is married and extremely miserable. She stays with him because of money. She has a doctorate degree. So sad. It is very sad, because when the mind has been broken consciousness, when a woman has been disconnected from, thank you, Sheila, when a woman has been disconnected, where do I hear the 8 p.m. light? Right here on this same channel, 8 o'clock tonight. When a woman has been disconnected from her self-knowledge and her self-esteem, doesn't matter how many degrees she has, how much money she has, she can be manipulated. How is it that PhD women are manipulated by GED men? broken consciousness. When a woman buys into the ideas of society, that I'm worth less if I don't have a relationship. If I have to live without a man, it means I'm worth less. Doesn't matter that I have all of these degrees and I do all of these wonderful things and I'm a great person. I'm worth less if I don't have a man. She then settles for, and we see unfortunate situations like the one you just mentioned. So I love you all. And Lisa, I love you. We thank God for you. Share this, but by all means, make certain that you meet us tonight for 8 p.m. Central Standard Time right here. It's going to be a good one. I love y'all. Have a great one. I'm going to take a walk.